hello. It's same pants, different shirt here. Back again for another video. Just kidding. This is Auntie Q, ASMR. And I have once again returned with Petal. Petal is back with me. And we are here to try to relax you, bring you some tingles, some relaxation, some sleep, or maybe even just a moment. Sometimes just a moment is good too. Are you cozy, girl? She can roll around on her toys today, and maybe the crinkly ball will sound good. I decided to bring a couple of things in here with her just in case. I don't really have anything planned for this evening's video other than just a quick little whisper ramble, because I just want to basically take advantage of this time that I have available to me, because it is, while it is of course unfortunate, the whole situation that's going on right now, might as well try to make the most of it. So I definitely already have another video that's going to be going up before this one, but let's get another one on the books. And let's start with some tea. Same tea, once again from the same teapot, my monkey picked oolong tea. I don't know if I actually specified in the last video where I talked about my tea, and I talked about the teapot, and I described the monkey picked oolong tea that I used to drink. I don't know if I specified that that's not actually the same tea that I'm drinking when I drink out of that cast iron anymore, and that's because Divana pretty much was bought by Starbucks to close us. That's definitely shade to Starbucks. We were all very upset. And yeah, so now you can't get that tea anymore. They pretty much just absorbed them as a competitor, and now you can only find like a couple of bottled glass Divana teas at like Target. It's very, very sad. But what are you gonna do? That's corporate for you. I can already hear Petal purring. But anyway, that's all to say that it's not actually the same monkey picked tea that I used to love that I get to drink out of my cast iron anymore. But the monkey picked oolong tea was just a type of orchid oolong tea. That much I believe I did already describe. The whole one bud, first two leaves type of, that's the most high quality tea, and they would train the monkeys to go pick it because that grows at the end of the branch and all of that. And then how the tea leaves are processed with orchid flower on top. That way it all dries together and it gets the same flavors, it gets fragranced. So a lot of people aren't really interested in trying these teas that are floral when they first hear, but they're not floral flavored. It's more like floral scented. It's very light and delicate, not artificial. But for more information on that, you can definitely go watch that video if you want. You can check it out. You can check out the first one that I ever posted too. Has anyone noticed my hair? My goodness, the first video was like shorter and it was blonde. I did mention that actually. I just don't know if it's one of the videos that I was able to get posted yet or not, but I did talk about that. How at the time I had a job that they needed me to have my hair be like normal, and now it's back to being a different color. It's actually technically purple right now, but it's also very, very, very faded and a decent bit grown out too. next. I'm thinking pink, but like baby pastel pink, so it's gonna take some time. It's gonna be a bit of a process. I need a haircut really badly too. Really badly. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure all of this out. I can now get the microphone to record with my camera, but I still can't hear myself using the camera as I'm recording simultaneously, which is an issue, because I would really like to be able to better, more closely monitor the volume for my videos. Wouldn't you say, Petal? Don't you think? What was I saying? But I'm basically just trying to make like quick and simple videos that I don't need to edit, and yeah, but I am gonna try to be able to get on that as soon as possible. But I figured I could kind of play with the like cover, because that's new. I didn't really do much of that in my last video. My last video when I did it, I was kind of busy just like rambling. I kind of forgot to really do much with it, because I found another I really liked, the one with the padding. I'm not sure if you guys watched that video yet, but I found out that if you like rip up and tear up padding, it sounds great. Hey, Petal. Just really fuzzy. I also mentioned that I wasn't gonna like claim that she would be a feature in all my videos, because I didn't think that she would always be down, but she's been pretty chill about it so far. She just likes to hang out and get some pats, and some pets. But yeah, that's pretty much what I figured I would do. Just kind of like a close-up whisper ramble. Oh, I still have my mask on. I didn't even realize. Do you guys want to see? It's a pretty cool one. My mom made it. My mom's been making all kinds of masks. All kinds of them. And scrub caps, and donating them to the hospitals who are all struggling to deal with the cuddle bug. It's got puppies on one side and gingerbread men on the other. Just leftover fabrics, because the fabric stores are so picked over. I can go ahead and take that off now. Yeah. I have two of this kind, of like the one with the pleats in it, and then I have one of the other kind that doesn't have the pleats in it. But I prefer the one that does have the pleats. And my other one has polka dots. It's red fabric with white polka dots. Pretty into that too. Polka dots have kind of been like my thing for this pandemic. But yeah. What about you guys? What about you guys? She's doing the whole thing with her paws again where she's kneading. Can you see? It's this paw. Where's your puppy? Where's your puppy? She's such a cutie pie. She just likes to get her screeches and scratches. I know. She's gonna lose that sparkly toy. She's gonna lose it. It's gonna fall. And there it goes. That's okay. Our brother's really more the one to play with all the toys. That's why he hasn't been in any videos yet. And then I have to pick up the toys off the ground before I film, and then I have to put them in a bag and then take the bag into this closet with me before I film. But She's gonna be like, why'd you stop petting me? But yeah, I don't know, I had a pretty easy day, pretty chill day. Yeah, it was technically one of my work days, so I was just doing that, and then when I got off work, I was super duper hungry, but nothing sounded good, and sometimes when I'm really hungry, that's when I care the most about what I eat, which seems very counterintuitive, but my appetite's usually kind of weak. So when I'm super duper hungry, I'm like, it's almost like getting extra money. It's like, what can I spend my appetite on? So if I'm extra hungry, I'll wait even longer to eat until I figure out what it is that I want. But nothing sounded good today. I didn't want to eat anything. So then instead of having dinner, I just left my apartment after work, because I'm working from home. I went to take a drive, because I love to drive. I don't know, I really love to drive. And my friend had told me about this album that I should listen to, by the Supertramps, Breakfast in America. It's a good album. It's from 1979. I'd actually never listened to it all the way through before, and I didn't recognize enough of the tracks to realize that I was already familiar with this band, but I was, and it's a good band. My dad liked them a lot. So, and I took a shower. I took a bath, actually. It was nice. So my hair is still wet, but at least it's clean. At least I got that going for me. And what else? What else? Tomorrow is Sunday. The day after I record this video is gonna be Sunday. Although it's already technically Sunday because it's past midnight. So, but I'm hoping to get some stuff done tomorrow. Sundays are one of my days off, and I'm excited to take advantage of that time as well. I got some projects that I've been doing around the house. Petal, careful, don't knock everything over, please. What are you doing? Oh, she's sneezing. Now you're dropping toys. Now what are you gonna do? Oh, don't knock over my tea, please. That's gonna be noisy. I think she's trying to find a treat. I think I might have dropped an extra treat in there for her, and now she's trying to find it. What is it, girl? What is it? You're being weird. Do you want something? Can I help you? She's got cute toys too. She's got a little unicorn that I got her for her 3rd birthday. She got a little mouse. Little mouse. Petal, take your mouse to be happy. And she got a little fish. Little fish for you. Anyway, what's your guys' biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve is when people say anyways with an S at the end. And that is my biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve, because anyways is not a word. It does not exist. There is no word in the English language that is anyways with an S on the end. It is not a freaking word. And like, nobody apparently knows that. Because 9 out of 10 times when you hear an English speaker say anyway, they say anyways. And it's not a word, and it just kills me every time I hear it. I get into vocab. It's funny because I'm not like a huge reader. Because I don't know. I like non-fiction books the most. I don't really like fiction books a ton. because I just, quite frankly, don't have that good of an imagination, and I never really get that into it. I just don't. I'm also not able to see images in my head, so I know a lot of the whole, or at least I would presume that a lot of the, like, capacity to get drawn into a fiction book would be your ability to kind of imagine, create the scenario in your brain, put yourself in it, type of thing. But since I cannot see images in my head, it is a little bit difficult to do that. So it's just not as enjoyable for me. Like, I turned 24 in 23 days. I am 23 years old today, and I turned 24 in 23 days. Because I have a friend who I guess didn't really know how old I was, and they asked me today, which I guess technically is yesterday, which would have been March the 16th, I think. So on March the 16th, regardless, a friend of mine, they asked, how old are you? I was like, well, I mean, I'm 23, technically, but I'll be 24 in 23 days. So, that's cool. I've got that coming up for me. But a lot of kids, a lot of people my age were super duper into Harry Potter when they were young, and I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get Harry Potter. I've never got it. Out of all the fiction genres, fantasy is my least favorite. I just can't with fantasy. I can't. Like, as soon as we start talking about, like, wizards and dragons, you lose me. Which is funny, because one of there was a book that I did really enjoy as a kid that involved dragons, and I loved Dragon Tales, the show, as a kid, but I don't know. I guess somewhere along the way I kind of lost that part of me, because I definitely did read a couple fiction books when I was a kid. Or, I guess, I've read a couple fantasy books when I was a kid, and there were a few fantasy novels that I enjoyed, but I'm trying to think if there were ever a fantasy series, and I don't think that there was. I was much more of an avid reader when I was younger. I think it was partially just a time issue, partially just being in school, partially during summer breaks my mom would have us do the local library program, so we would read books to stay out of trouble. Like, we were the types of kids that get into trouble. We were pretty sheltered, but yeah, I read a lot more as a kid, definitely, than I do now. And there were, for sure, some fantasy novels that I enjoyed. I can't even think of the name of a single one of them now to save my life. But yeah, it's just not me. I love sci-fi. Love sci-fi. If we're talking about non-fiction, or excuse me, if we're talking about fiction novels, fiction genre, anything fiction really in general, if it's gonna be fiction, I would prefer sci-fi. I really like sci-fi. As a genre, I'm gonna say that, and then people are gonna get all excited thinking that I'm going to have heard of whatever sci-fi thing that they really like, because I know that sci-fi, like, if you're into sci-fi is big, but I don't really know that much sci-fi either. Having said that, I just don't really watch much stuff. I actually watch a lot of YouTube, probably more than anything else, so I haven't really seen that many sci-fi movies. I don't really have the attention span for movies anyway, for the most part, I have a really bad attention span, and for the most part, I'm just not gonna want to sit down and sit with the same plot for over an hour. That's not the correct way to even say that. It's not that I wouldn't, it's just that it's not feasible to expect me to be able to. And then I just get frustrated because I'm sitting there, and if I'm watching it alone, then I'm rewinding literally every 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. I start to watch, I get distracted, I go someplace in my head to where I'm not even seeing the screen in front of me anymore. Like, all my vision just kind of blurs. I'm not even registering any external stimuli anymore. Just in my head, just thinking about stuff, and I'm not even the one putting the thoughts there. My mind just kind of follows its own track, and then however many minutes later, I realize that I have not been paying attention, and I usually have to rewind for much longer than I actually progressed. So I might have paid attention to like 2 minutes of the movie before I lost my attention span, and then I ended up zoning out for another 10. So it's like I watched 2 to have to rewind 10, and it's just frustrating. So that's generally what ends up happening if I try to watch movies alone. And then if I watch them with other people, especially if they take me to the movies to go see it and I do something like fall asleep, which happens often, then they're just frustrated because, you know, they want to like show you a film that they enjoy, and I can't even sit through the whole thing. I'm just not a big movie person, I guess. But I do like sci-fi. Like in theory, if I were the type to be able to sit down and consume like movies, I would be probably a sci-fi buff. But pretty much I stick to like TV shows and a lot of YouTube. I'm a big short form content person. Because I just can't really be sitting there and try to pay attention to something for that long. I like podcasts. Books, same issue. More so, my attention issues have gotten worse as I've gotten older. So reading, it's the same thing. I'll start reading and then I'll get to the bottom of the page and realize that my eyes have been tracking the words the whole time, and I've been reading them. Some part of my brain has been reading them, but no part of my mind has been registering them. And I'll get to the end of the page and realize that I have no clue what I read past sentence 1, and that just is incredibly frustrating. So, but I find if I don't expect myself to sit down and do a singular task, then my attention span is much better. So like a podcast, I listen to podcasts while I'm like doing the dishes or whatever, and I'll actually retain what it's just, I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'm a big short form content person. That's big for me, at least. So for me, it's like YouTube and TV shows, but not a ton of movies. But as far as TV shows go and sci-fi, if you haven't seen Dark, oh my god, Dark is the best show that has ever been made. Dark is the single best show that has ever been made. It is like mind-bogglingly phenomenal. This is the best show. There's pretty much no question. And I can't get anybody to freaking watch it because it's from Netflix Germany. I'm actually getting pretty big into foreign Netflix. Makes me want to get a VPN. Nord sponsor me so I can shout you out of my video and talk about what a VPN is. It makes me want to get one though, so that I can watch all the other content that international Netflix has, because Netflix Germany is pretty killing it. Like, Dark is an incredible show. Incredible. I cannot say enough about this show to anybody who will listen, but nobody really wants to watch it because most Americans don't want to watch a show with subtitles. They did not have it dubbed when I discovered the show. years ago, so I watched season 1 with subtitles. Then when season 2 came around, they did end up getting it dubbed, but don't watch it dubbed. I don't know. I would just watch it with subtitles. It's really not that big a deal. That and Babylon Berlin, that was another really good show that I found on Netflix Germany. I ate both of those up. Babylon Berlin's more drama. If it's not gonna be sci-fi, I want it to be like drama, but not like romance drama, like criminal drama, something violent. Those are like my favorite genres, like the weird trippy sci-fi, like the high octane violent action films, and like psychological benders and types of drama and horror. That's my kind of jam. Just something with like a lot of, I think it's just a lot of stimuli, you know. I guess I don't have the attention span for the things that are more refined, so and that is 26 minutes and 57 seconds. I can't see. Yeah, this camera cuts me off pretty much at half an hour, so I'm probably going to cut this short so that I don't get anything, don't miss out on doing an outro. So let me finish this tea. If you guys have suggestions for things that I should try to watch, leave them down below. Or things that I should try to listen to. That'd be cool too. Can you sign off with me, Petal? Come here. She always gets her little claws stuck to everything. Even though I try to trim them for her. My baby. Say bye, Petal. When can I sign off? Alright. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope that you found this relaxing. I hope that you sleep well. And I hope that whatever it is that you are looking for, some sort of relaxation. Like I said, even just a moment. I hope this was a good moment for you, because it was a lovely moment for me. And I will see you again very soon. Bye.